Hey look, this series is back. It's been a while since we've done a stereotype video, huh? I wanted to try to branch off and do other things, but seeing as YouTube is kind of shafting me in the impressions department, I'm just not going to delay this video any longer. So Valk, huh? Odd hero in all reality. I thought old Valk was fine, maybe a little underpowered, but she had the tools to be a good hero in the right hands. Now, with this version of Valk, it's just kind of like a sour taste in my mouth, and I know you Valk mains agree. Nothing makes you guys more upset than watching someone just spam all guard and ganks, and that's really it. If you guys really are enjoying the series, please go and hit that sub button. It's free, and you can always unsub if you feel like it. Let's not delay it. Let's get right into it. These guys are obviously just new players who most likely main Knights faction, but got really bored of the constant bash playstyle. They told themselves the samurai are too cheesy and most Viking heroes are too annoying, but they saw a gray area in the Viking faction. That was Valkyrie. Since these guys have no clue what they're doing, triple lights are basically their best friend, and as they pass Lawbringer main, top light is their go-to opener. If you want to beat these Valk players, just go and Paragon Red and keep your guard up. Now you're probably running the Phaeton helm because of the giant braids Valk has, and honestly I wouldn't blame you, they look really cool. Or you're trying to go for a solid color Valk, and the emptiness of this helmet is a perfect canvas for you to cook up whatever fashion you want. These guys are mostly going for a full armor Valk to look as tanky and beefy as possible. To complete the tank playstyle, they're mostly running things like Juggernaut and Fury to become as tanky as possible. These guys are solid point holders and even better turtle players. They pride themselves on their unbreakable defense, mainly utilizing full blocks as much as humanly possible. This is the first helmet and first stage of Valk mains that want their Valk to look like a hot lady. They mostly pair this with the dress armor and light pretty colors to make her as girly pop as possible. Yes, I just said girly pop. They have some massive horn ornament to match the bronze engravings on the helmet and the hair design. These guys are definitely your fashion over skill players, and since they're in the lowest reps of Valk, they really gotta make do with what the game gives them, which really isn't that much. I don't really know why, but this helmet just gives me hardcore Monster Hunter vibes. It's very unique for Valk, seeing that there's only 2 helmets that use this model. There's maybe 5 Valk mains that actually use this helmet, and 2 of them are only using it because they have no better option or they want higher gear score. But for you 3 Hray mains, there's nothing much I can say other than, yeah, you're unique, so good for you. Keep it up, champ. These guys only use this helmet because either A, they didn't play during the Test Your Metal event, B, they're too low rep to use the better looking skull helmets, or C, they're both of these combined. If you're rep 8 and over, you're not using the Spirial helmet because the helmet and the hair just don't match the mask at all, and it just causes too much difference to whatever edgy fashion you're trying to make. These guys are normally holding the same stereotypes as the older skull helmets, where these guys are just super easy to tilt. Just parry one of their crushing counter attempts and watch as they rage quit the game. You are just actively trying to look stupid, aren't you? You want yourself to look as dumb as possible so your opponent literally can't focus because he has to look at this stupid fucking face. There's no redeeming qualities with this helmet whatsoever, and if I see any comment saying that actually the red helm is good, I will pin of shame you and crucify you in the comment section. I know for a fact if you use the red helm, you've made an angry Reddit post on how Yubi shit should revert Valk's no-touching execution back to its former glory. But, no, I do agree with you. Please bring it back to its original glory. This is one of the first helmets any self-respecting Valk main would consider to use as a usable fashion choice. Sadly, the only fashion Eternal Grace Valks go for is the average black and gold trimmed armor, and just like their fashion, their skill is as average as it comes. These guys will feint 90% of their heavies into full block in 1v1 scenarios, and will always end with a finisher light or sweep. There's no heavies ever. As I said, the most average playstyle accompanied by the most average fashion. These guys slam spikes on everything. Shoulders, helmets, ornament, everything that has a spike on it, they are wearing. Just like the helmet's name, these Valks spend 90% of the game throwing themselves at you as fast as possible. These guys will fight till they are out of stamina because to them, stamina management is just a suggestion. I can always respect people who like to go on the offense in this defensive playstyle that plagues the game, but dude, take a fucking chill pill for your own sake. These are one of the 2 OG Valk mains. These guys have been playing Valk ever since her sweep was on holdback and guard break input. These guys can name you 80% of Valk combos by their heart in 60 seconds. They pride themselves as being one of the only Valk mains to ever actually use shoulder pin superior block. But these guys got a temper that's pretty easy to break. Nothing pisses these guys off more than having their crushing counter attempts parried. If you parry 3 of these guys, just be ready to see them spend the rest of the game in full block as they call you turtling trash when their gameplay turns into this. These guys are the other half of the OG Valk mains, but when I mean OG, I mean truly OG. These guys were one of the first Valk mains to ever hit rep 60. Frig helmet Valks are over rep 60, are a huge threat, and should never be taken lightly. You will get crushing countered, shoulder pin, light parried, literally everything under the sun. This helmet is subjectively and objectively Valk's best helmet in her arsenal, and these guys have some of the best fashion in all of Valk main history. These guys truly just are a mixed bunch, half fashionistas, the other half the Valk tech gods. These guys will either spend hours in the customization menu or hours in the lab looking for new Valk tech that nobody knows about. If they have good Valk fashion in-game, then you know you're going to steamroll them, but if they look like dog shit, then they are going to mop the floor with you. I've never met an Otherworld Skull Valk who excelled at both, but if I do, I'll take it back. These guys are probably rep 6 and tried their best at making their Valk as gold trimmed as possible. And just like their yellow looking fashion, crushing counter is their go-to move. It doesn't matter how many times you parry this attack, they will try to crushing counter every single attack you throw at them. You could parry 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in a row, they will still try to crushing counter everything. These guys are your all-white Valks, going for by far the most white Valks possible. Going for 10k white iron armor material, these guys spend as much time possible trying to find armor with other sets of armor that not only have the accents of silver, but white in it too. Rumor has it they're still looking for armor sets to combine with this helmet, which could really explain why I've never seen this helmet worn on Valk ever. No, I'm not exaggerating. I've never seen a pro Valk in my life, and I don't think I ever will.
Oh my god,
if you wear this helmet and you've seen me in the game, I give you full permission to call me a moron. In fact, I'm going to start using this helmet myself, because you know what? I think it looks really nice on this Valk. Alright, that has been Valk Helmet Stereotypes on Saturday. This is all the Vikings I have past rep 8 and up. I will be making a poll to either go onto a new faction or rep up the Vikings so I can continue them. The decision is based on the community, so if you guys want one thing or the other, do not forget to vote. Every vote matters. As always, I hope you guys have a fantastic day.